Hello. Who wants to feel good? I have a challenge for you, and the challenge is to stay with your breath for the whole class. You probably won't be able to do it, but we're going to start with the breath. We're going to do the breath in the middle. We're going to do the breath at the end while we're practicing a vinyasa class, a flow class. So set your mind like James Brown. Tell yourself you're going to feel good, and here we go. We start with the breath. Let's start formally. Make 2 strong fists and squeeze your shoulders up into your ears. Touch your elbows behind your back. You feel how that lifts your rib cage? Keep your rib cage lifted as you let your hands just relax down. Then find your feet, rocking toe to heel. Find your feet. And just for a second, transfer all your weight onto your left foot and hang out there for a breath or two. To practice the Ujjayi breath, the breath that we'll be using, transfer your weight onto your right foot now. The feeling is that you're yawning in through your nose. And the feeling is that you're sighing out through your nose. Now equalize your weight on both feet. And we're going to do the breath even a little more formally. Again, squeeze your shoulders up to your ears and touch your elbows behind your back. Feel how that lifts your breastbone way up, and keep your breastbone lifted. And you start the Ujjayi breath way down in your navel. Inhaling, you inflate your abdomen, your upper abdomen, your lower lungs, and then your upper lungs. That's yawning in through your nose. To exhale, you exhale from your upper lungs, upper abdomen, lower abdomen. Again, simply yawning in through your nose and sighing out through your nose. Now add your arms as you yawn in through your nose. Inhaling, inhaling, inhale. Come up into extended mountain and exhale into the heart mudra. Lifting your elbows, inhaling. And your hands drop like parachutes, exhaling, exhaling, exhaling. It's a 4-cycle breath. 1, inhaling up into the extension, take it into a little back bend. Exhale your hands to your heart. Now find your lungs. As you inhale, lift your elbows, filling your lungs to capacity. And equally slowly, your hands exhale down. Stay with the challenge. Keep coming back to your breath again and again. Inhaling up. Centering. Filling to capacity. Hands exhaling down. I'm the mirror opposite of you. So with your right hand, inhale your right hand to the ceiling. Imagine there's a rope up here. Hold on to that rope and come into a squat. Find your leg strength. Then lengthening through your right side, lean to the left, breathing from your right hip to your right middle finger. Yawning in through your nose, sighing out through your nose. Take one more breath. Stretch your right side a little longer. And exhale your hand down. Back to both hands. Slowly inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. You center in the heart mudra. Find your elbows. As you inhale, fill your lungs to their fullest capacity. And equally slowly, your hands exhale down. Take the left side. Up into the extension, hang from that rope, come into Utkatanasana, the squat, find your leg strength, and lean to the right this time, stretching from your left hip to your left middle finger. Again, I'm the mirror opposite of you if you're confused about the side. Your hand exhales down, and both hands inhale up. One more time, into the heart mudra, and take a super deep breath in. Check it out. We've hardly done anything yet. Find your feet. You already feel differently. Just take a breath to see if I'm lying or not. Feel your whole body, head to toe. Then we start to move into the sun salutation flow. You go up for the dive, inhaling. This time imagine there's 2 ropes up here. Hold on to these ropes and come into a squat. Find your leg strength. Palms parallel if you want to be formal. Push back through your tailbone and relax your belly onto your thighs. Let your head weight drop. And release your neck by shaking your head no. Shaking your head yes. If you're indecisive, shake your head no, maybe. And again, shake your head yes and no. Feel the weight of your hands. Feel the weight of your arms as you press into your feet. You inhale all the way up. Inhaling, 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 and center in the heart mudra. Find your elbows, filling your lungs to their fullest capacity. Inhale. And equally slowly, your hands exhale down. Back up into extended mountain. And again, into the squat, Utkatanasana. Classically, this pose is done at a 45-degree angle, but don't do that for this practice. Stay vertical. Feel your leg strength so you're not straining in any way. Lifting your right heel off the floor, twist your chest all the way to the wall behind you, and press into your left foot. Find the front of your right hip, and exhale both hands back down. You go back up into extended Tadasana, and into Utkatanasana. Lifting this time your left heel, twist all the way to the wall behind you, press into your right foot, and exhale your hands back down. Go up for the dive, inhaling, inhaling, inhaling. Come into the squat, and again, with very bent knees, relax your torso, weight onto your thighs, and let your head drop. Find your feet, spread your toes, and rock toe to heel, releasing through your lower back, shaking your head no, and yes. If you're flexible enough, press your palms into the floor and lift through your groin and tailbone, coming into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Lean into the heels of your hands a little bit and feel your shoulder joints. You can also do this with bent knees. Pressing into your feet, inhale your hands up, inhaling, 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 and again, centering in the heart mudra. Check it out. Coming into the mountain pose, palms forward, same as the anatomical position if you've ever taken anatomy. And just see how already your awareness is starting to change, that feeling of well-being starting to come over you already. Then we'll go back into the lunge. You go up for the dive, inhaling. Swan dive into Uttanasana, fingertips to the floor, and step your left foot back as far as it will step. Come into the lunge. Unlock the lunge. Come up on your fingertips, move both feet around, move your knees around, move your hips around, get actually comfortable in the position. And we go back to the Ujjayi breath, yawning in through your nose and sighing out through your nose. Literally move the front of your hip joints with your breath. So you bring your breath way down into your belly as you inhale, and you'll feel it literally moving the front of your hip joints. Lightly relax your left knee onto the ground, and bring your palms above your head. Fingertips touching, thumbs crossed if you want to be formal. We take it into the drop-kneed warrior. You take it up into a little bit of a back bend. And then, bringing your hands to the floor, step forward, left foot to right foot, up into extended Tadasana, extended mountain, and back into the Heart Mudra. Be greedy, take in a lot of air. Inhaling, 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 and the hands exhale down. You start to feel the flow. You go up, inhaling, swan diving your fingertips to the floor. This time, lift your right foot to the ceiling and step back into the lunge. And again, unlock the lunge. Move your feet, your knees, your hips around, release through your neck. And you again bring your awareness down into your lower belly. Yawning in through your nose. You feel the front of the hip joints move a little bit. Sighing out through your nose, relaxing the hips and the lower back. Lightly resting your right knee to the floor. If you have knee issues, you can put a pillow under your knee. You come up, now he tells us, into the back bend. Step back into Chaturanga, plank pose. Take a few little push-ups till your body feels straight and strong. Ideally, the back of your head, your tailbone, and your heels are in a straight, strong line. Take a breath or two here, yawning in through your nose and sighing out through your nose. Dropping your knees to the floor, point your feet out straight and come back into child's pose. If your head doesn't rest on the floor in child's pose, you can cross your hands and rest your head on your hands, or you can even make fists if you're not flexible enough to rest your head on the floor. Otherwise, the arms are extended above the head, palms down. Coming up on your thumb and fingertips, press your fingers and thumbs into the mat and feel your shoulder joints. Work your shoulder joints. Then simply relax your hands. Swinging up on all fours. Look up at the ceiling and keep moving. Move your hips forward. You look up, dropping down. Pubic bone, navel, chest, and forehead. Touching your big toes together, we'll prepare for cobra pose. Push your pubic bone into the ground and keep that grounded as you let your head float up. Lift your head as high as it will lift and look as far to the right as you can look. And look as far to the left as you can look. Relaxing your forehead back to the ground. Re-anchor your hips. Touch your big toes together. Push your pubic bone into the floor, and this time lift your head a little higher. Hugging your elbows into your body, come up into the cobra pose. Lift from the center of your chest, and get taller as you lengthen out a vertebra at a time. When your forehead touches, turn your feet under and separate your feet about a foot apart. Do a push-up. And walk your hands back 2 or 3 inches, coming into downward facing dog. In down dog, since this is the first down dog, press your right heel to the floor, stretching from your right heel to your right hip. Then press your left heel to the floor. Then find all 10 toes. Work your feet. Take a super deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk your hands right back to your feet. Come up, inhaling, 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 inhaling. And center in the Heart Mudra. All right, let's take a full cycle of sun salutation and moving with 1 breath per movement, inhaling with extensions and exhaling in forward bends. Start with your feet. Find your feet. Feel the flow, long, slow inhalation up into extended mountain. Swan diving, exhale into Uttanasana, forward bend. Right foot lifts, inhaling, and step back in the lunge. Drop your right heel to the floor, pushing into your left foot. Stand up and find your leg strength. Up into Warriors One. Right arm opens behind you in Warriors Two. Touch your right knee with your right hand and find your right groin. Stretch in the reverse warrior. And exhale your hands back to the ground. Stand back into the plank pose and literally look up to the sky. Dropping your knees. I know some people don't do this sequence, but this is the way we're doing it. Back into child's pose. Pressing your hands into the ground. Your chest is on a skateboard. Slide your chest right through your hands, working your shoulder joints as you come up. Exhaling, counter in down dog. Your right foot lifts up and steps all the way to your right hand. Left heel drops to the ground. Pressing into your right foot, stand and find your balance and strength. Up into Warriors One. And back into Warriors Two. Touching your left knee, find your left groin. Hands to the floor, step forward. Up into extended mountain, and back to home base, heart mudra. Just for a breath or two, hang out in the heart mudra, and let your heart calm down a little bit. On the inhalation, find your elbows. Elbows lift, inhaling. And equally slowly, the hands flow down. Vinyasa, flow. You flow up for the dive, inhaling. Swan diving, long exhalation. Left foot lifts, inhaling, and steps, exhaling. Virabhadrasana 1. Virabhadrasana 2. Reverse Virabhadrasana. Back down into the lunge, exhaling. Deep inhalation. Come into plank. Take a lot of air in, and then relax back into child's pose. Slow inhalation. Slide your chest right through your hands. Up into cobra. And counter in down dog. Your left foot lifts, inhaling, and steps through, exhaling. Warriors One. Warriors Two. Reverse warrior. And you're almost there. Stepping forward, right foot to left foot. Come up into the extended mountain. And back to home base, heart mudra. Let's formally come into mountain pose and practice the Ujjayi breath a little again, so we can calm down. Make 2 strong fists and squeeze your shoulders up into your ears. You touch your elbows behind your back, and you feel how it lifts your rib cage. Keep your rib cage up there as your hands simply relax. Then we'll formally practice the Ujjayi breath. Lightly resting the tip of your tongue right behind your upper teeth. Notice how that relaxes your jaw and lip muscles, and supposedly it dilates the nostrils. The feeling is that you're yawning in through your nose, filling abdomen to upper lungs. The feeling is that you're sighing out through your nose, emptying upper lungs to abdomen. If you feel comfortable with your eyes closed, we're going to do this exercise standing. It's 3 thoughts to completely relax your whole body. I'm going to close my eyes, but if you feel more comfortable with your eyes open, just leave them open. With an awareness of your whole body, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, from the crown of your head to the palms and fingertips, just listen to your own breath, yawning in through your nose. And sighing out through your nose. With 3 thoughts, we're going to illuminate and relax our whole bodies, even while standing. First thought, visualize energy in the form of light, golden light maybe, streaming from your heart to your fingertips. Imagine it, see it, feel it. Second thought, feel the movement of your breath in your belly inflating with every inhalation and deflating with every exhalation. Visualize energy in the form of light streaming from your navel, down through your hips and pelvis, down through your thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. In your mind's eye, light up your abdomen, legs, and feet. Still practicing the Ujjayi breath, yawning in through your nose and sighing out through your nose. Third thought, final thought, feel your central axis, feel your spinal column. From the bottom tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head, visualize a column of light coinciding with your spine, and that golden light flows upward from your tailbone, up through your neck, and into your brain. Illuminate your spine and your brain. Then, with a diffuse awareness of your whole body, check it out. You're a genius. You've relaxed your whole body, even while you're standing. Let's go back into movement. Standing at the front end of your mat, check out that feeling, this open, relaxed feeling that hopefully you have, and see if you can stay with it as you inhale, inhale, inhale up into the extension, and swan dive into Uttanasana. Jump or walk your feet into the plank pose and hold the straight, strong plank. Pivoting your heels to the right, pivot your feet onto the floor as you lift your left hand, Vahistasana. The classic pose is feet stacked, but most people find the pose more stable with feet staggered. And since you're working the shoulders, I prefer it this way. You take that balance to the other side. Look up to your thumb. Let your feet just rest on the ground. And here we go. Coming onto your back. With everything you've got, tighten every muscle in your body. Leave no muscle untight. Gather all the tension in your body and then completely quit. Then we'll take the spine into some twists. Walking your feet into your hips, knees bent, feet flat. Gently rock your hips and knees in a big loose arc from side to side. Crossing your legs. Place your right knee right on top of your left knee and swing your hips literally a few inches to the right so your left buttocks goes into the center line. You drop your knees over to the floor in Parivarta-asana. Passive body, active breath. We're back to the breath again. Yawning in through your nose. Fill your right side with air. Sighing out through your nose. Completely empty your right side. Again, filling abdomen to upper lungs to shoulder. Emptying upper lungs to right hip. On your next inhalation, fill your lungs as fully as you possibly can. Fill your right lungs all the way up, and when they're completely filled, hold on to it. Then let the pressure out of your right side. We take the pose to the other side. You cross your left leg on top and swing your hips over, centering your right buttocks literally in the center line. Passive body, active breath. Yawning in through your nose, fill your left side with air. Sighing out through your nose, empty your left side, listening to your own breath. Take an especially deep breath in. Fill your left side all the way. And when it's completely filled, hold on to that breath and let the pressure equalize through your right side. Through your left side. Then let all that pressure out. We'll take that twist from the lower back. Okay, we'll take that twist up into the mid-back now. Hug your knees into your chest and interlacing your fingers at your ankles. By the way, I'm a guitar player. If these fingernails are freaking you out, that long thumbnail, you got to have them for a guitar. No nails on this hand, nails on this hand. So if you ever write a mystery novel and you want to find out the guy who did it, if he had long nails on his right hand, he was the guitar player. Okay, hug your knees into your chest and literally bend your rib cage. Feel your ribs bending. Feel for a release in your mid-back. Then we'll lengthen our upper back. So you lift your head off the floor and place it back onto the floor. Keeping your knees right where they are. Open your arms at a right angle to your body and press your palms down into the floor. Pressing your palms into the floor, drop your knees over to your left elbow. You turn your hands, palms up, and maybe release your neck a little bit. We go back to the breath. Tune into your mid-back, and as you inhale, feel the movement in your mid-back. As you exhale, release through your mid-back. Yawning in through your nose, and sighing out through your nose. Take a particularly deep breath in, fill your lungs all the way, and when they're filled, hold your breath. Feel that pressure in your mid-back, and then release it. We'll switch sides. Turning your hands, palms down, press your palms into the floor, and switch sides. You bring your knees over to your right elbow. Your hands turn palms up, and maybe turn your head a little to the left. Again, moving your awareness to your mid-back. You feel the mid-back stretch with the inhalation. And release with your exhalation. Take in a particularly deep breath, and when your breath is completely filled, hold it for a little bit. Relaxing. Drop your feet back to the center, and just rock your hips loosely in the way that feels best to your lower back. Then we'll take our upper backs through their range of motion. Interlacing your fingers behind your head, let your arms rest on the ground. So you're going to do all the work with your abdominal muscles, not your arms. Lifting from the center of your chest, lift up into a sit-up, and take your upper back side to side through its range of motion. Crossing over, you touch your right elbow to your left knee and straighten your right leg out. It's all left abs, no neck. Let your abs do the work, let your neck relax. You take the other side. And then take both sides, both elbows to both knees. Slide out into Shavasana, maybe go into Wiggleasana, wiggle around a little bit, get actually comfortable. And just let your body relax for a couple of breaths. We're going to counter in the fish pose. We're going to do the first position of the fish pose, come out of it, and then do the full fish pose for those who can. If you have neck problems at all, I don't recommend the full fish pose, but everybody can do this. Start by rocking your arms under your body, palms down, thumbs touching. So your buttocks is going to be right on your wrists, hands touching. Then touch your feet together. With your feet touching, flex your ankles so your calves press down into the ground as your heels lift off the ground. If you want to be super yogi, spread your toes. Then find your chest muscles, find your pectoral muscles. Forearms and elbows pressing into the ground, chest muscles pressing up. In the first position of fish pose, the neck stays neutral. Press your chest a little higher, flex your ankles a little more, and then taking your arms out from under you. For a couple of breaths, simply relax. Then we'll take the full fish pose. Again, if you have upper back or neck problems, just do what we just did. You start by rocking your arms under your body, palms down, hands touching, legs touching, flex your ankles. In the first position of fish, you just press your chest up. If you're going to take the full pose, lift your whole body off the floor. Press into your elbows and come up and look at your big toes. Then press your chest up. And it's your arms, not your neck, that are going to support you in the fish pose. You're pressing up through your chest, ankles are flexed. Only if your neck is really strong do you come into the full pose. You put your dorsal fin on your fish. You come out by grabbing the side of your thighs with your hands, press into your elbows, and look at your big toes. Relaxing back down, we'll take our neck through its range of motion by looking around. And again, for a couple of breaths, just chill. We'll counter those back bends in a forward bend. Come on up to sitting. And we'll come into one-legged forward bend, Janu Shirshasana. Start with your right leg straight and your left heel into your groin. Make two fists or bring two hands by your side and literally lift your right sitting bone off the mat, coming down onto the right sitting bone. You balance on the right sitting bone, go up for the dive, and over into the one-legged forward bend. If you can't hold your foot, hold your ankle, hold your calf. And feel your breath as it becomes the engine for the stretch in your hamstring and lower back. Back to the Ujjayi breath, yawning in through your nose, sighing out through your nose. Depressurize the pose by lifting your head, and then with your arm strength, pull a little bit closer to your right leg. And we'll take the other side. Switch legs, left heel, right heel in, left leg straight. Come on to your left sitting bone. You go up for the dive, inhaling, and over into the forward bend, grabbing your foot, ankle, or calf. If you have a belt, you could use the belt. Awareness on the breath. Feel your lower back lengthen with every inhalation. And relax with every exhalation. Release your back by lifting your head weight And then pull a little bit closer to your left leg. We'll counter in the reverse plank. We'll start in the staff pose. Bring your legs together with your hands resting on your thighs. Press your calves down into the ground as you lift your heels off the ground. Then lift your rib cage up away from your hips. Arms parallel. If you want to be fancy, the fingers are pressing together and the thumb is pulling away from the hand. You get taller and taller. We take it into reverse plank. Palms forward. Some people do it with fingers backwards. Come up into the reverse plank. And back down onto both sitting bones. Back up into the staff pose. And over into the two-legged forward bend. Paschimottanasana. Get a hold of your feet or your ankles and then lengthen your spine. Lift your head. Feel your low back move forward and you lead with your chest as you come into the forward bend. Your hands lift you back up into the staff pose. And crossing your legs naturally. Just for a breath, take it in. Feel the shift in your body. Coming up to standing. Let's come into Ishvarasana, pose of creation. With the widest stance you can take, turn your feet as pigeon-toed as possible and engage your lower body, tightening through your thighs and lifting your pelvic floor. You feel this solid base. You just let your arms relax, palms up. Ishvara is the Hindu god of creation, so you're creating the universe, scanning your body for feelings of blockage or asymmetry, and creating a symmetrical open body. We'll take it into a side stretch, palms turn down, and both feet turn to the right. Come into Warriors Two. Come onto your surfboard, feel your balance. You don't want all the weight on the front leg or the back leg. You want it right in the middle. You reach a little wider and just rest your elbow on your knee. Push your groin down and then stretch. From your heel to your middle finger, you twist your rib cage, looking up under the arm. For those who are a little more flexible, fingers drop to the ground. This pose is also taken with the arm up. Some people take it behind the back. Release to the front center, feet parallel, heavy elbows, heavy head. Padottanasana. If you want to take it formally, palms flat, hands pushing forward, head pressing down. Pressing into your feet, come up inhaling, and center. And open. Find your legs. Tighten through the thighs. Pelvic bandha. Tighten your pelvic floor. We take it to the other side. Palms down. Come into Warriors Two. Drop your elbow and push your groin down. Stretch your side, looking up. Feel the stretch from your heel to your middle finger. If you're a little more flexible, fingers drop to the ground. You drop down to the front center, Padottanasana. And coming onto your back, come into the reclining butterfly with the soles of your feet resting together. And your knees falling out to the side, hands, palms up. Maybe you want to wiggle around a little bit. And we're going to, after taking a few breaths, finish up with Shavasana. We'll start with the counted breath. We'll be inhaling for a slow count of 4, holding the breath for a slow count of 4, and exhaling for a slow count of 6. It all happens nasally through the nose. But for the first breath, blow out the air from your lungs. Completely empty your lungs. Then breathing through your nose. Slowly inhale. 2, 3, and 4. Hold your breath for 4 counts. And 4, and exhale for 6 counts. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Inhaling. As you hold your breath, relax. And 4, and exhale for 6 counts. 4, 5, and 6. 2 more rounds. In. And retain. Exhale. Five and 6. Last time. Fill your lungs to their fullest capacity. And when your lungs are completely filled, just hold your breath for a while. Feel the pressure of the held breath spread through your whole body, head to toe. And then let all that pressure out. Bringing your knees back together. Cross your right leg onto the top of your left leg, knees resting together. And swing your hips a few inches to the right as you drop your knees over to the left, letting your hips regain their natural shape. You take that twist to the other side. Then sliding out into Shavasana. Get actually comfortable. And we're going to concentrate just for a couple of minutes, completely relaxing the body. Allow your eyes to close and really set your intention right from the beginning. Say to yourself, this is my time to relax. I don't have to think about the past or the future. I'm going to allow myself to relax right now, right here. Starting with your heart, bring 100% of your awareness to your heart, lungs, and rib cage. Repeat to yourself silently, mentally, my heart beats slowly and calmly. My breathing is free and easy. My heart beats slowly and calmly. My breathing is free and easy. See it, feel it. Take a moment to acknowledge that relaxation coming into your chest and upper back, and then easily shift your awareness out into your shoulders and down into your arms, hands, and fingertips. Intentionally, consciously release control of your arm and hand muscles. As you repeat to yourself, my arms and hands feel heavy and relaxed. I allow my arms and hands to just relax. My arms and hands feel heavy and relaxed. Take a moment to acknowledge that relaxation in your arms and hands, and then easily shift your awareness down to your navel. Observe your abdomen inflating with every inhalation and deflating with every exhalation. And simply repeat to yourself a few times, my abdomen feels loose and warm. My lower back is relaxing. See it, feel it. My abdomen feels loose and warm. My lower back is relaxing. Little by little, moving into a relaxed state, easily shift your awareness down to your hips, your legs, and your feet, allowing your buttocks, calves, and heels to drop right where they are. Consciously, intentionally, release control of your leg and feet muscles. Repeating to yourself, my legs and feet feel heavy and relaxed. I allow my legs and feet to just relax. Finally, feeling the weight of your torso in your head, feel the entire length of your spine, from the bottom tip of your tailbone to the top of your neck. Allow your buttocks, shoulders, and head to be heavy as you visualize golden light streaming up your spine, illuminating your spine and lengthening your spine. As you repeat to yourself, my spine feels long and aligned. My back and my neck are relaxing. Feeling the weight of your shoulders and head. Let your shoulders and head be heavy as you allow your throat to soften. And you allow the back of your neck to lengthen and align. Feeling the weight of your head. Let your facial muscles relax. Jaw, tongue, and lips softening. Cheeks, eyelids, and forehead softening. With a diffuse awareness of your whole body, head to toe, visualize golden light illuminating every cell of your body, head to toe. Rest in the healing light. You can continue relaxing here if you'd like, or if you have other things you want to get to. Slowly come out of the pose. When you're ready, let your feet slide in. Let your arms stretch up behind your head, stretching your spine a little bit. And we'll finish sitting for a few breaths. One more time. Here we go. The Ujjayi breath, yawning in through your nose. Sighing out through your nose. Namaste. This is going to be over at some point. Thanks.